Haha, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you guys are out there. Again, my name is Carson Cook, and welcome to the Merchant Services Slayers group. Thanks a lot for joining me this week. I haven't put out a video for a while, just been very busy. But this is going to be a very important video. It's something that we've actually been utilizing, doing, and recognizing throughout our office currently within the last couple of weeks. And that's exactly how to stay motivated while selling merchant services. Now, a lot of agents will go through training. They'll get a lot of really good content. A lot of really good information. They'll hit the streets. They'll do very well. And then they run into this thing that we call in sales called the Sophomore Slump, which means that basically they'll go out, they'll follow the process, procedures, rules, and regulations, and the sales practices, and they'll do very well. But then what happens? They start to reinvent the wheel. They start to fall into this situation where they don't close a deal for a certain period of time. The idea with that too is that can bring on a few different things. Number one, obviously, you lose commissions, you lose paychecks, you lose money, so on and so forth as an agent. But the other thing that is most important is that you actually end up losing a lot of motivation. Now, this industry is not easy to work in. It is not one that is for the faint of heart. Okay, it's an extremely competitive industry. It's extremely I would say very aggressive. But the reason why is because it's very lucrative. It's one of the most lucrative sales industries that we all know that you can get into. So we're going to talk about three things today. They're going to help you or your agents or your office or your office agents or whoever's working in the field, you yourself, is going to keep you motivated, okay, while selling merchant services. So three different points, three different tips that are going to help you stay motivated while selling processing to kind of help you break that sophomore slump, help you break out of that cycle. And the first one's going to be, you need to think like an entrepreneur, okay? Merchant services is not an industry, even if you do get a salary, for example, and a lot of these ISOs that offer salaries or salary plus bonus, commission, so on and so forth, they still hold you accountable for a lot of actions very similar to what an entrepreneur would be held to by themselves. What I mean by that is you're responsible for your team, you're responsible for your deals, you're responsible for a quota, and those things come into place where they give you the tools necessary to handle those type of leads or your leads, but it's up to you to make sure that lead goes through the whole process from lead generation that you get or the one that you approach or you get through installation where you plug in the machine and you make sure the merchant's happy. A lot of that times too, it kind of comes in the two different schools of thought, whether you should offer a lot of customer service as an agent to a merchant or you could pawn them off onto the customer service, hence having a customer service department in the first place, leaving you free with a lot of time to go ink more deals. But the idea now is that you need to think like an entrepreneur. No one is going to do this for you. Okay, and that's a huge key component to our newer agents is that we want them to know this with Go Free Pay. We want them to know this with most ISOs out there is that you need to think like an entrepreneur. The best teachers that you're going to find that will help you as an agent is the people that you sell to. These people are entrepreneurs that you sell to every single day. There's no one that sparks them out of bed that says you have to open your doors, that you have to make sure that they have the payroll done, that you have to have the bookkeeping accounted for, you have to have the right point of sale station, you have to have everything put in place, your prices set. These people are responsible for that. They have a huge burden. They're a business owner. They're a U.S. business owner. They're an entrepreneur. Okay, they can decide if they'd like to be closed whenever the hell they want. They're their own boss. It should replicate in your personality the same thing. You need to treat this very position and any sales position, for that matter of fact, as an entrepreneur. If you sell cars, treat it like you're an entrepreneur. If you sell insurance, treat it like you're an entrepreneur. You're the one that gets up. You're the one that decides your schedule. You're the one that decides how you get your leads. Even if the company gives you them on a silver platter, okay, you're still responsible for the other 5 to 10, 20 deals that you want to close that month. Okay, there's a good reason why top producers will close 20 to 30 merchant processing deals every single month because they are entrepreneurs. They don't have a boss. They focus in. They get their job done. They efficiently work through their process. So think like an entrepreneur. So read entrepreneur books, guys. Okay, read those, pick them up, go to Amazon. What are the best tips for entrepreneurs? Kind of keep it broad and then equate that to your ISO. Equate that to the training that you've received and become an entrepreneur in merchant services. And that's going to help you along the way. It's going to actually help you advance your career in processing too. Number two, change life, change your work. Change your life, change your work. Okay, if you're unhealthy, I hate to say this, it's kind of weird motivational stuff too, guys. But if you're unhealthy, if you're not going to the gym and you're not looking after yourself, and you there's no way that you can fix any of your problems in life that are indirectly related to you unless you can fix yourself first. Okay, and that's key. I know this is kind of one of those things where the top agents are usually the ones that are focused in on getting up early, going to the gym, and making it a commitment to getting things done first. Their family, their this, their that, their starting their day right, whether it's meditation, the gym, or a combination of both, or going for a run, or putting it in their schedule, something they can commit to every day to get them out of bed and get them ready to go. So that way, when the conference call comes from your ISO in the morning, your manager calls you, you're already out in the field. You're already busting doors. Those that get out of the door, and I don't care if you're a master sales guy. I mean, I used to be a master sales guy too, guys. I mean, I closed 30 to 40% of my appointments. But if I wasn't out the door by 10 o'clock in the afternoon, or 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at the hotel, or 11 o'clock out closing deals, I go ink one deal, I wasn't living up to my expectations. Okay, baseball players don't do this. Professional athletes don't do this. They're usually up at 4 in the morning. They're doing this. They're prepared. They have 3 or 4 or 5 hours of training before they actually hit the field, before you get to pay for the baseball game to watch them play. So that preparation is super important. Okay, we just get to see the baseball game. You guys just get to see the sale, right? So if you're there and your number one performer with your ISOs out there, they're inking 20, 30 deals a month, well, you just get to see that. But you don't see what they actually do in the mornings to prepare themselves, the books they read, so on and so forth. So change life, change work. Change your life, change your work. Make it a habit. That brings us to step 3, is that habits are hard to make and they're hard to break. That's a super important thing. You want to think about that. Habits are super hard to make and they're super hard to break. Right now, if your habit is getting up at 9 o'clock just for the conference call, going back to bed, getting up at 11 with your ISO, and then going out in the field doing a little bit of prospecting or doing the shit part-time, you're not going to be successful. You're not going to get to 20, 30 deals a month. You're not going to have $1 million portfolio in a year. It's just not going to happen. If this is something that you're very serious about, you need to put in the energy and the effort and realize the habits that you have that are blocking you from achieving a lot of money within merchant services, okay, and the habits that you can have that you need to make. Those are going to take a while to create, okay, and that's setting your alarm every morning, whether it's going to the gym, getting up for breakfast, doing this, da-da-da, at 8 o'clock or after the conference call, or even before, okay, you've already gotten a lot of stuff done, right? You've focused in. Now you're ready for the field. I'm going to hit 30 doors today. The call center will set me with this many appointments, but I'm still going to prospect this, and I'm not going to be done till 5. That means I'm going to bust my ass till 5. That's it. I'm going to leave myself 30 minutes for lunch. Take your phone out. Make sure this is every day. Nowadays, you can set an alarm for all this stuff. Like, oh, it's my lunchtime. 30 minutes. Boom. Find food. Done. Okay, hit the field. Boom. Hit this. Habits are hard to make, but they're also hard to break. So bad habits are hard to break. New habits are hard to form. But you have to put in the effort and the energy. These are going to be the 3 things that are going to really help you stay motivated when you sell processing, because then you turn something that's extremely unreliable into something that's extremely reliable. Okay, and that's tough to do in sales. So with these good habits, the only thing that you can do is increase your chances of making the most amount of money possible. So you need to take every component of the sale and put it in a situation where you need to increase those chances. So if they had all these variables, and you had a little knob at the bottom, like a guitar volume controller or whatever, right, or a mixer or whatever the hell it is, and you just want to turn up each one as high as you can and work on each one, okay? And that's important. The only way you can actually do that is to change your life, change your work, but also understand that habits are hard to make and they're also very hard to break. So break all the bad habits you might have. You're getting up at 8, 10, 11, not early enough. Get up at 3, get up at 4, get up at 5, go to the gym. Get things situated. Get your kids ready for school. Get everything ready to go. Get them out the door. Get this, get that. Now you're starting your day fresh. You've already accomplished so much. Now it's time to work. That 8 o'clock to 9 to 10, 11 to 12 will be super productive for you. Take a lunch. The afternoon, super productive as well. If you're getting up at 10 o'clock because you want to sleep in or you had the partying the night before, like I said, there's a time and a place, but there's always an excuse, okay? There's you miss 100 of the shots that you don't take. Okay, first off. And then second off, too, is that you're your own worst enemy. In merchant services, the own worst enemy of a merchant is going to be, as a business owner, is going to be themselves. It's the same thing goes for you as an agent. If you're not closing 20, 30 deals a month, and there's people out there doing it, there's no excuse. If they can do it, you can do it. So those are the 3 tips I've got for you. Let's fucking kick some ass, guys. Let's rock and roll. Let's keep rolling throughout the rest of the week, and I'll see you guys out there on the sales board, guys. Rock and roll.